Alright, welcome to MICA. I am Aarjav Swaroop, a PGP2 student at MICA. Today, we will be traveling across the campus and we will be speaking to a lot of MICA students to talk about their GEPI experience that they had in the last 1 or 2 years, right? This experience will actually help you to uncover a lot of insights, tactics and learnings to prepare well for your GEPI experience that is going to be coming in the next 1 or 2 weeks or probably in a month, right? So let's go. Tell me something about your education background and if you're a fresher or do you have some work experience?
Okay, so I have done my BMS from Delhi University. After that, I did a diploma in finance, and then with that, I have worked as a financial analyst in Rishima Investments. So I have a total finance background. So I thought that it is something that I do not want to do ahead. So I tried and picked up marketing.
So I've studied hospitality and hotel administration from IHM Mumbai, also known as Agarwal College.
Interesting.
Post which I was working at an Italian fine dine restaurant called Rishima, which is in Karan, BKC. I worked over there for around 9 months. Yeah, that is the only work experience I have.
So before joining MICA, I did my graduation in economics from College, Delhi University. And after that, I took some time off to prepare for my MBA examinations. And during that process, I found about MICA and I prepared for MICA after that.
I completed my schooling from Don Bosco School, Pakistan, and I did my BMS from St. David's College, Kolkata. I'm not a fresher. I worked for 1 year in the manufacturing industry. It was my family business itself, and I was working for like a lot of stakeholders there. I looked into purchase and quality management.
I actually have work in FMCG marketing only in a startup, and like the experience was of 2 years. I've done my bachelor's in computer applications.
Interesting. Alright. So moving on, how did you really prepare for GEPI?
Actually, I did not do much because I was working simultaneously, but I did reach out to a lot of MICAns who were studying at that point. I even reached out to you. So hearing experiences from the other MICAns really helped me a lot.
So there was a senior who actually helped me through it. So he had a program where he used to, teach people with the resources and all of it.
So like I said, I've studied hotel administration and the transition from hospitality to marketing to media is not very conventional. So I ensure that I have an answer, a rationale for every decision that I've made.
So I joined online coaching centers for my CAT preparation, and they only helped me, connected with me mentors who could help me, took my mock interviews, prepare me for group exercises, and I also reached out to some MICAN alums who took my mock interviews, and I interacted with them, and I got to learn a lot about MICA through them.
There is no actual mantra to prepare for it, but I did go through the experiences of a lot of people. So to begin with, there are a lot of seniors who I contacted who told me about their GPA experience, and then I kind of formulated my own understanding from them, going through a lot of interviews. Experience from Quora would help me.
Absolutely. So next up, do you really remember what was the topic of your group exercise?
Yeah, it was a very, very thrilling experience to be with a group of 8 to 10 people and recreating or creating a new scene with the props given there. So my topic was I had to create a fitness plan for the elderly, and we had props like chunnis, we had chart papers, we had dumbbells, and a lot of weird things we tried to incorporate in that little 10-15 minute script that we had.
So our group had to create a poem from the perspective of 15-year-olds asking the government to decrease the legal age of being called adults.
My group exercise was a wonderful one. We got the topic like portray the life of gig workers. So I took the lead, and that was fun. I mean, many people, different strangers working together on a single topic. It was fun.
My topic was very interesting. It revolved around sexism that the men of our country have to face. So we had to prepare a stand-up based on that. Very interesting. So yeah, it was a team effort.
So my topic was preparing a QR code for happiness.
Okay guys, please take a note. Alright, so next up, how did you really fare in the group exercise and what role did you take? Was it a leading role? Were you supporting the group? Were you on the creative side of things? How was it really?
So as you just heard, that my topic was very abstract,
Right.
and we had zero idea how to go about it. So as a team, we just started discussing our ideas, what happiness meant to each one of us,
Right.
and we just gave in our ideas. I made sure that I took advices from my mentors, from Mike and Alan, that you have to use your props well, whatever they are providing you, you have to use your resources well. So I was working on the chart paper, writing my ideas out, and then at the end we wrote down our ideas, prepared a play. So it was more of a group work rather than someone leading and others following. So we all worked in coordination.
So, as per the recommendations that we received and as per the guidance that I got from my seniors, I took the role of the timekeeper where I was looking into the time as to how much time is left and where the group was going. I was trying to spearhead the group towards the objective. And other than that, the main role was that I allotted work to everybody. And then I was looking into the allot and trying to see if they were doing it, and if they needed help, I was helping them. So I did not take up the major role in the skit, but I was acting like an aggregator for everybody.
So when I introspect, actually, so I think I did not take a defined role, but I can recall that I was having trouble in thinking of ideas for the poem. So I automatically ended up taking like an organizer role where I am directing others so that we can complete faster, and I was also keeping a check on how it will all come together.
Makes sense. So, got it.
When the teacher said that we have to start, it was more like someone has to take the lead, someone was in charge of the props, someone's controlling people around there. I was the person who was wanting to do, scripting or something like that. I was mainly the organizer part of it, so I
Interesting.
So I'm into pop culture. I love watching all kinds of stuff, be it TV shows or films. The first show that came in my mind was Seinfeld, which revolves around a stand-up comedian and how he navigates through life.
Right.
So I ensured that initially I throw around a lot of ideas, and then I ensured that I become a leader trying to extract the strengths of every team member that I have. So it was a collaborative effort, and that is how I led the pack.
Absolutely interesting. Yeah. Alright, so moving on, how did your personal interview go and what all did they ask? Like, you can just cover it in a broad way, and also if you really remember who took your interview, that will be cherry on the cake.
Yeah, so my interview was taken by Professor Ashutosh Dutt. He takes research methodology. He's extremely precise and meticulous about how he approaches things. So like I said, I have 2 years of gap in my CV, and my journey hasn't been very conventional. So he had a rebuttal for every rationale that I was throwing. It was grilling. It went on for around 25 to 30 minutes. But again, I was prepared for it, and I knew that questions like those will be asked. And I've also given an exam to get into FTII, which is Film and Television Institute of India, which is a creative path.
Right.
So they were really curious to know why I want to shift from creative to a business, and why MICA specifically. But they were impressed. That is what I say, because I'm standing over here.
Absolutely.
I remember who took my interview. It was Professor Manan, and the other one was and the third one, I think he was an industry expert, I'm not sure. But my interview was not a stressful one. It was like a conversation that I had with them. It went on for like around 30 minutes, and they asked me about my background. There were questions around economics, and after that they asked me about my hobbies. So I have some training in classical dance. Some questions were around that, and around the likes and dislikes that we mentioned in our MICAT form. So there were questions around that.
So, just a hack. So I was there outside my interview room 45 minutes before my slot, and I was waiting for the professors or whoever was in the panel to come out. So once they did come out, I checked up the MICA website and saw who the professor was, so that I could tell them that I know them. So my interview was taken by Professor C.D. Mitra, and there were 2 industry experts in the panel. And my interview was the longest interview of the day, because again I clarified from the people who were there and I made it there. So my interview spanned for around 1 hour 15 minutes, where I was spoken to about my ambition as to why I want to leave my family business, which is already successful, and do an MBA, and about all the extracurriculars that I had and how I could contribute to MICA. And then they were not sold on the idea of me wanting to pursue an MBA, because I wanted to go back to my family business. But then there was a heated discussion, which eventually panned out in my favor. And
One of my interview panelists were Santosh Patra, who teaches media studies,
Right.
and the other 2 were probably visiting faculty. And my interview experience was actually quite different from the other experiences I've heard about, because it did not really revolve around my SOP form, but it revolved around my experience and me justifying why this is the good time to do my MBA and from MICA.
So one of the faculty of my interview is a visiting faculty, Vivek Rana. He is an amazing human being, and he was the only person who was supporting me there. So I think, I'll always remember that interview, and it was not a normal interview. It was basically how I like Emily in Paris. So basic question was, why do I want to switch from finance to marketing? It started from there and it went to many unrelated things, but it was fun.
Okay, that's nice. Now we'll move on to how Rishima's MICA experience has been so far. And Rishima, can you also please recall what has been the most wonderful experience at MICA in the last 1 year?
So I think it was a series of challenges. I left home for the first time, so it was something that was very challenging for me. But I loved every bit of it. You need to be independent, you need to make new friends, you need to make adjustments. It's just all fun. And then my best memory from MICA would be the Anand Mera.
Okay.
So that's when underprivileged people come to our college and we play games with them. So I think that was the fun memory that I had.
So it has been extremely invigorating. It has been challenging because I wanted to learn the nuances of media and entertainment industry. We have a lot of visiting faculties who teach us from all kinds of channels, be it television, be it OTT. We have some great assignments. Apart from that, people from diverse backgrounds are coming, they're talking to us. You're from Delhi, I'm from Mumbai. So it has been extremely fruitful, and I am grateful to MICA that I've really gotten the opportunity to study over here.
Absolutely.
And my favorite memory has been, so I love playing badminton, and during the annual badminton tournament, I had my bunch of friends and the community of MICA supporting me, and that is something that I will never forget. It's a core memory for me.
So my MICA experience has been bittersweet, I would say. So MICA was one of my dream schools before coming here, and it has been more than what I expected it to be. After coming here, one thing that I can really point out is that the idea of community is something we all swear by, and that is what I have ingrained after coming here. And if I want to point out to one memory, it's very difficult for me. I found some really good people here, and I would just say that it has been a very wholesome experience.
Absolutely.
So, finance guy and a marketing college will not be an ideal combination, but so since I've stepped inside this campus, I've not looked back. A little conversation from my friends here, of course, but then it's a defining journey that I've had. So the most important memory or the core memory of my first year would be where I defeated the Goliaths in football, and that was like my defining memory where we beat the odds and we overcame victorious. Other than that, MICA is like a bio bubble in itself. You do not want to venture from once you're inside. So you will make friends, you will just be busy with so many things that education and extracurricular activities will be your go-to thing and nothing else. So if you are here, you do not need to be worried about anything but just spending the 2 years fulfilling.
So my 1 year has been great. I've met a lot of new people. So at MICA we call a lot of these memories as core memories. My core memory would be when I actually got placed for my summer internship, and around 15-16 people came to my room and I was sleeping at the time when I got the news.
So last question, any tips that you have for the MICA aspirants who will be taking the GEP in the next 1 month?
I think for MICA, there is no real tip. If it's meant for you, it will find you on its own. Right. So just go for it.
I think be confident, be you, and I think that's the best thing that you can do to yourself also.
Just stay as authentic as possible. Ensure that you have a rationale for every decision that you have taken. There is no right or wrong. Just stay true to your roots, and I'm very sure you'll get over here.
I would say that be yourself, give your best. If this place is meant for you, MICA will definitely choose you.
For the GEPI experience, the only thing that got me through was just show that you're confident, show that you want to be here, and just don't stop talking. In your PI, don't stop talking. They will try to pressurize, they will put stress on you, but that is where they are acid testing you. They want you to break down, but if you don't, that is where they know that they have their person and you are into MICA. Other than that, just reach out to anybody who has been out of MICA or is still in MICA, and I'm telling you that will be the best guidance you get.